In every Indian family, there are two photographs. The first is of the millennial. You can almost hear the photograph, the hum of the coaching center, the rustle of the newspaper employment page, the weight of a single, golden promise. Follow the path, and the path will provide. The second photograph is of Gen Z. It's quieter. The sound is a notification ping. The weight is not of a promise, but of a question. What if the path disappears? Today, we're not comparing work ethics or loyalty. We are reading two different social contracts written by two different Indias. And understanding why the younger one, Gen Z, is not just surviving, but psychologically positioned to navigate the India that actually exists. The Indian millennial, roughly those born between the mid-80s and mid-90s, was the last generation to receive a contract in clear, bold print. Its clauses were simple. Clause 1. Certificates are capital. Your rank, your degree, your college brand, this was your permanent, non-depreciating asset. Clause 2. Endurance is investment. The first 10 years of your career were not for thriving, but for paying dues. Low pay, high hours, hierarchical silence. These were the premiums paid for a future insurance policy. Clause 3. Patience is a virtue. Life's milestones, true independence, home ownership, financial security, were distant post-retirement benefits. You were in a long queue for a train that was always coming tomorrow. They signed this contract not out of naivety, but because the signatories were everyone they trusted: parents, teachers, the national narrative itself. Their strategy was depth: dig one deep, respectable well, and drink from it for life. But the contract tore in very Indian ways. First, the inflation of the certificate. The engineering degree didn't become common, it became currency in a world of hyperinflation. What bought a villa in 2005 now barely buys a scooter. Second, the pyramid grew a new top. Just as millennials reached for the peak they were promised, they found a new, elusive floor above them: management roles requiring not just skill, but nebulous networking, often in global HQs they couldn't access. Third, and most crucially, the decoupling of hard work and reward. They saw a new truth: that relentless effort in a decaying system doesn't lead to promotion, it leads to burnout. That company loyalty is often met with spreadsheet-driven layoffs. The millennial was left with the psychology of a bridge builder, but someone had moved the other shore. Gen Z did not read about this rupture in a paper. They absorbed it as childhood's background radiation. Their foundational memory is not of a promise, but of a pivot. So, they drafted a new, unwritten contract with themselves. Its core principle is not delayed gratification, but parallel gratification. Clause 1. Skills over sanctions. They ask not, is this degree respected? But, is this skill bankable? A YouTube tutorial on UI, UX holds as much weight as a classroom lecture. They build portfolios, not just resumes. Clause 2. Leverage over loyalty. They do not see a job as a destiny, but as a socket, a place to plug in, charge their skill set, and unplug when the energy stops flowing. Their question is not, how long can I stay, but what do I take with me when I leave? Clause 3. Optionality over obedience. The old model was a single ladder. Gen Z's model is a mesh network. They cultivate multiple, often simultaneous, income streams and identities: a student, a content creator, a freelancer, an investor. If one node fails, the network holds. Their strategy is breadth. Not one deep well, but multiple, renewable springs. To call this impatient or disloyal is to miss the profound psychological shift. Millennials were raised in an age of scarcity of seats, jobs, opportunities. Hoarding one precious chance was logical. Gen Z operates in an age of algorithmic abundance of information, global gigs, platforms to launch from. but also abundance of uncertainty. Their genius is in risk distribution. They have internalized a fundamental economic truth that their elders learned too late. In a volatile world, the greatest asset is not a single golden ticket, but a high rate of learning and the agility to pivot. They are not cynical. They are conditional investors in a system they know is volatile. They invest their time and talent where they see clear, tangible returns, in their own skills, their own brands, their own networks. This isn't disrespect for institutions, it's a clear-eyed audit of them. So, is this a story of generational superiority? Absolutely not. It is a story of contextual intelligence. The millennial was the heroic specialist, trained to master a stable system. Gen Z is the pragmatic generalist, trained to navigate a chaotic one. The millennial trusted the lighthouse. Gen Z, seeing the lighthouse flicker, learned to read the stars, the currents, and built a boat that doesn't fear changing course. In the end, the millennial's lesson was one of endurance. The Gen Z's lesson, born from witnessing that endurance, is one of agency. They are not waiting for the system to give them a horizon. They are using their many tools to draw their own. And in that act of drawing, they might just redraw the map for everyone. If this reflection on India's generational shift resonated with you, tap that like button. Which contract did you grow up with? Share your experience in the comments below. Know someone who needs to hear this? Share this with the millennial or Gen Z in your life. For more insights into modern India's unspoken truths, hit subscribe.